Good evening folks and welcome. I've put the Blaupunkt radiogram to one side for a video or two. It's done that, just needs putting back into its cabinet, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, I've just got this given to me, and just put it there. And this is a NAD. I'll tell you what model it is. Put my glasses on. This is a NAD 3140 stereo amplifier. Now, I was told by the person giving me, it was given to me by a friend. My friend Peter gave me this. And basically the amplifier itself, apart from the scratch at the back here, is in good cosmetic condition, and it's nice to see it's got all the switches and knobs, buttons and knobs and stuff, and round the back we've got all sorts of different things on the front there. And this thing weighs a ton, and these were high end as well. Be nice to get this working. I'm going to do my utmost. I had one years ago. It was a model lower down the ladder than this one, but we've got all your inputs and outputs on the back here for your record player and your cassettes and your radios, and let's just see what it can actually take, and then we'll put it on the Variac and power it up. You can disconnect the preamp and the main amp, which is one good thing. Soft clipping and so you've got a soft clipping button and stuff there. So it's quite capable. It's got provision for 2 record players, phone 01 and phone 02, and you can select the capacitance selector for the record player turntable inputs, the phono inputs as it says on here. Then you've got your auxiliary and your tuner, and you've got you can plug 2 cassette decks into here as well, and normal in, whatever that happens to be. So basically you can actually pull these out and plug an equalizer in, which is what that's for. It's for disconnecting the main amp and the preamp. But what I'll do, you see, I'll test. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it up on the Variac, just see if it gets power. Just see if it powers up first, really. And I've not had this long. I've had it less than an hour, really. You know me, folks. I like to dig in straight away. I don't like to mess about. And it's a bit dusty, but then again it will be. So we'll turn the power to that on. We want the short circuit lamp in. Turn that on. Turn the Variac on. And what we'll do, we'll bring it up slowly. We should have, there's an LED there for power, so, well, the power LED lit up. So, what about them buttons at the back? Yeah, soft clipping and LCC, they're lit up as well. And it requires an 8 ohm load, this, apart according to that, 100 watts at 8 ohms. Is that 100 watts both channels or 100 watts total? It doesn't say. You've got a socket there, you've got a removable thing there for bridging. So you can actually bridge the amplifier and turn it into fucking double powered mono one. And that's what that does. Bridges both outputs together and you end up with a double powered. So let's turn the variac up. What I've done, I've got everything on here that I can. I've got everything on it. It's even got speaker EQ on it, look, where you got off 1745. Speaker selector, that's on off. And what we'll do, we'll actually check for DC at the speakers. But what we'll do, we'll bring it up. Right, and I mean, we're not going to get much because and obviously is there a protect mode in this? If there is, it hasn't kicked in yet. But there again, I'm not giving it enough. Probably not giving it enough power to actually kick in, but we'll find out. But my mate said he thinks it was down on one channel. See, we're getting the relays clicking. Well, that'll turn off. Right, well the short circuit bulb isn't, we're not getting the shorts in there. So, them knobs feel nice. Right. Right, so turn that to there, they're full up. And what I want to do, turn the volume down. What I want to do, oops, I want to do a buzz test. I want to see. Do you know something? I've got fuck all to plug into it. Right. So what I want to do, I'm going to do a quick buzz test, and we should know. Let's put it on. Right, what I can do here, folks, I can put it on, get the screwdriver, and what I can do, I can put it on input selector. Phono 1. Right. Well, the preamp's driving on that channel. Getting a bit of noise there. Try phono 2. Yep. Yep. Let's turn it off. Because we're getting a bit warm, I can smell something. Might just be damp. But that tells us that we're actually, so let's turn it, just take the lamp out of the circuit now. Just try with the lamp out of the circuit, put it back on phono. Right. Now taking the lamp out of the circuit, and we're back on. We're back on phono 1. We've got let's go make sure. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So let's turn that off. Now, we know that we're getting power at the preamp. So we know the preamp's working. So the thing to do now, and we don't need the variac anymore. Right, so let me just get the screws out. Let me just whip the screws out. Right, well, we're in, and I'll just give you a look. There we go. We've actually got 2 transformers in here. That'll do. Right. Basically, we've got 2 transformers. Obviously, it needs 2 transformers. That's bloody well why it weighs a ton. So, if nothing else, I've got 2 transformers out of the deal. But what I'm going to do here, folks, I'm going to test all the transistors. I'm going to test these. Does the bottom come off? Because some of these fucking things you can't get the bloody bottom off. To service the damn things, in this one I believe you can. So what we'll do, right, screws are all out and we're at the bottom. We can now access the transistors, and and that, folks, for you younger viewers, that's how an amplifier should be made. Transistors, not the kind of shit that they make them out of today. Yeah, I can't read the date on it. Must have been written on by a doctor. Anyway, folks, as you can see, let's take my glasses off so we can look at the screen. Sorry if I pressed the wrong button. Right, as you can see, it's very well made. This would have been, let's get a full, there we go. This would have been an expensive unit back in the day. It needs a good clean, which is what it's going to get first. I know it powers up. There's certain things we've learnt about it already. None of the capacitors are swole. Hang on. No. All these capacitors will be checked. The circuit boards will get cleaned. There's no relay in this. It's all fuses to protect. It's done with fuses in this to protect the output stage. So what I'm going to do, while I've got the where's me fuck facing cunt into out of a meter. Here it is. what I'm going to do, I'm going to just quickly continuity test all the fuses. I know some of them work because the damn thing powers up. So put that on ohms. And what we'll do, we'll test the fuses. It doesn't tell you what fuse feeds what. But I'll be able to take a guess. T4 and T5 are the same value, which means they're for to protect the amplifier. And guess what? None of them are blown. So if it is down on one channel, if it is down, then I'm not going to be stupid and say it ain't an output. If it's down, then the output must have gone open circuit because it ain't short. What else I'll do actually, I'm going to test these resistors at the front here. I'm going to be careful where I put my fingers on because that power supply was on and I don't know if it's discharged. There's one of the screws, there it is. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to test. Could have done it from the other fucking side, it'd been easier. Yeah, because they've got fucking ceramic legs on covers on them. Right, well they're 0.22K, 0.220K. They won't be 0.220K, but fucking couple of hundred ohms. They'll be very low resistance, and they should be anyway. Yeah, anyway. Those resistors, let's turn the meter on. Let's test these resistors. I've got a feeling, I think, trying to figure out where the eye is. Ah, here we are. Now, let's put that where I can see it. See if all these are working. Hang on. Let's take it off contact. Oh, it is. These resistors are good. It's very, very awkward this, because come on, I'm not even sure if I'm in the right. Yeah, that's one of them and that's the other one. Yeah, 0.4. Well, they're reading. They seem to be consistent. Right. Yeah, and the other one is there and there. Yep. I'm not happy with that one. hang on, that's why. Oh, hang on, it's that fucker there. Yeah, that fucker there. That one, that one. That one. And that one. Yeah, them resistors, they're all okay. They all read the same value, and given it's supposed to be down on one channel, then all the resistors wouldn't read the same, because they tend to die, them resistors. They tend to die. Just about every amp I've ever done, I've had to replace those because they generally die. Right. And this one probably has been replaced because it's in the other way around to the rest of them. And it's 0.22 ohms. 0.22. I thought that was a 0 at the end, it's not. It's 0.22 and they're reading 0.4. So, you know, they are in circuit. They will get a more in-depth test. Don't know what that is there. What the fucking hell is that? It looks like a switch. It doesn't come through the fucking board, whatever it is. Must be some sort of relay. Don't know what that is. I've got a clue what that is, anyway. So basically it's a clean up. It's a clean up. A clean up, a cap test, and basically just go through it, and you know it's resurrectable. I mean, definitely resurrectable. You know. Ooh, I've just spotted something in here I hate. There's an integrated circuit. Someone's had this off. Why would somebody go to the trouble of... Oh no, it could be just loose. Because the fascia's actually loose. The fascia doesn't have to come off, so that can be tightened. I noticed there was movement in the fascia when I was moving it about, so that doesn't have to be loose. Because I'm not taking the fascia off unless I absolutely have to. There we go. But yeah, these were high end back in their day. There's another one of these things here. Oh God. I know who that is. Back in a minute, folks. That's my ex-wife. She's come to upset my mojo. Yeah, that was my ex-wife apparently. She called into, I think, to just upset my mojo. Yeah, anyway, what we'll do... we know this powers up. We know it powers up and it passes a signal across both channels. So what we'll do, we'll connect. We'll connect some test instruments and just see if we get anything out of the what do you call it, really. So let's put this on auxiliary or tuner, either one of those will do. Set the tone controls to the middle. Want the speakers on A, because we don't want them off. I want loudness out, low level, leave it as it is. Put on auxiliary and record selector, that can be anywhere, that doesn't matter. And because what I want to do, I want to find out, let's see how easy it is to connect the, these are your speakers coming from here, and then they come to your headphone and go back. Yeah, these are your speaker terminals here, your left and your right. A and B speaker terminals. New acoustic dimensions, it says on the back there. Right, so basically what I want to do, I want to connect some test instruments up. I'm going to have to find some I have to connect some speakers up as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect some speakers to it. Before I do that, I'm going to check. I'm going to check for DC voltage on the oops, the fucking hell was that? What I'm going to check. Front's a bit loose. I'm going to check for DC voltage on the speaker terminals. Make sure there's no DC, because there shouldn't be any DC on the speaker terminals whatsoever. So what we'll do, we'll start by checking that. And we're on speaker A, so let's turn this thing round and drop my meter on the floor. You have to do that, you know. You have to drop your meter on the floor. So I'll put it on voltage. We're on. And we'll check. We don't want any voltage. And there isn't any on the left, on the right. We've got no see, we've got AC voltage, should have something. Point 20, so 0.27. 0.27 on there as well. 0.27 fluctuating between 2.8 on there. So I'll tell you what we'll do, folks. I'll tell you what we'll do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to stick a pair of speakers onto it. because turn the volume down. Right, I'm satisfied that there's no DC voltage on there. I'm happy there's no DC voltage, and so basically what we'll do, we'll put a set of speakers onto it. Just clip that off there, put that in there for now. Get the other speaker. Clip that plug off that. I'll leave a bit of wire on there so I'll connect them back, so I can connect them back up for when I come to do the other job that I've got them out for. But so what we'll do, we'll connect the red, which is live, the one with the red stripe on it, live. That one into there. Right. These are 100-watt speakers that are on this. So, right, I need to find a lead now to go into my phone. You know something, I hate it when you can't. There's one in here. But the problem is, the fucking drawer open. The fucking hell's that under there? Something caught. Oh, it's a piece of plastic. The piece of plastic covers the on-off switch. Oh, that's it. Now, let's find a... Should have a fucking... What do you call it somewhere? Don't you just hate it when you know you've got something? There's one there, but I bet there's not a little fucking end on it. For fuck's sake. You just hate it when you know you've got something. You know it's there. You just can't put your fucking hand on it. Ugh. Let's have a look in one of these cupboards here. One of these drawers. Right, let's see what we get out of it.
Why I kind of man who doesn't believe in strings. Long-term obligations are just unnecessary things. But girl, you got me thinking while I'm drinking one more beer. If I'm headed for a heartache, then why the hell am I still? I'm a charger that charges through the night like an orange bolt of lightning passing everything in sight. I'm the best pal the Duke boys ever had. I'm thunder on the highway looking bad, bad, bad. I'm the knight, like the kind of shining armor with my polished body gleaming. I'm a fighter and a charmer. If trouble comes your way, just ask.
I think it's fair to say, folks, that amplifier, it actually works. I was told it was down on one channel, and it ain't. It's working on both left and right. And guess what? None of the knobs are crackly either. How about that one? That's the left. That's the right. No hums or hisses are out from it. Oh, I'll tell you what I do want to check. I want to check the phono stage because it was. I think there was a bit of noise on there. Well, if there was. Dirty knob. Bit of crosstalk on there. But apart from that, well, how about that, folks? That's yeah, I'll upload it anyway because I've done the checks and stuff, and I will actually do some more extensive testing off camera because I can. My idea of extensive testing is playing music and enjoying it. So that's how I like to do extensive testing. And I noticed one thing though. Let's go to another tune. That's mono. Both, yeah, the indicators are right. Yeah.
The sun is sinking in the
Turn the
west.
phone down a bit.
The cattle
That's
go
it.
down to the stream. The redwing settles in the nest. It's time for a cowboy to dream.
I was out on the West Coast trying to make a buck, and things didn't work out. I was down on my luck. Got tired of roaming and bumming around, so I started thumbing back east toward my hometown.
It's not even getting hot,
Made a lot of miles the first 2 days, and I figured I'd be home in a...
Got distortion on that side. We're getting distortion. Getting distortion on that channel. So now we know where the problem is. So now, I know there is a fault on it, but I know it's on the, what channel is it on? Let's turn it back on. Oops. Get on, you stay on, you cunt. See when the distortion comes in.
On a hot summer night, would you offer your throat to the wolf with the red roses?
Will he offer me his mouth?
Yes.
Will he offer me his teeth?
Yes.
Will he offer me his jaws?
Yes.
Will he offer me his hunger?
Yes.
Again? Will he offer me his hunger?
Yeah.
Well, in there now. I don't know why it was distorted before. I don't know why it's not doing it now. It's clear as glass now. I'll go through it anyway. That's the right channel, left channel.
Feeling the wheel is where you wanna be.
there's a slight crackle. But I don't know where that distortion's gone. Because this is all nice and cold on the top. I mean, well, it's warm, but, you know, it's not red hot. I mean, you can touch it. These capacitors are not hot. They're nice and cold. These resistors here. Cold. I mean, they're warm with normal running, but they're not hot, red hot. I mean, they're just lukewarm because they're getting heat off the heatsink. But you know, I don't know what the distortion was. Whether it might have been the lead, I don't know. And I moved the phone, and it's corrected. I will actually do an evaluation of it, but even so, I'm pressing on the speaker wire. That could be cut into fucking speaker wire for all I know. But I mean, look at that. Let's go back to the phono stage. Which is the phono one. That noise is there on both channels, but when you plug a record player in, I've noticed that most amps do that. When you plug a record player in, they shut up. But I will check that, because and even there's a, what do you call it here, isn't there? Flick that. That makes no difference, but it will when there's a record player connected. Obviously it's there for a reason. But what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to leave it and I'll let it run for a bit and give it a bit of an evaluation off camera. You know, listen to some full records on it and see if it distorts while I'm listening, and I'll report back in a bit and we'll take it from there. But I will give it a full service, and you know, I actually want to keep this because I do like NAD amps. I had one years ago and I sold it, and I was sorry I did. It's a good amp. And anyway, folks, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll call this part one. It might be the only part. If you don't get another part off me in a week, then you know it's the only part. And you know, there's, you know, because all I'm going to do, if I don't find a fault, all I'm going to do is spray the switches just because I want to, and clean the circuit board and the crap off the heatsink. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything else with it. I will look into the noise on the phono stage by plugging a record player in and see if it shuts up when I do. And you know, other than that, then I think that's we'll see how we go. But as for recapping it, I'm not going to recap it because there's no hums. It doesn't need recapping. You know, I'm not an audiophile. I don't change capacitors just because I think it might sound better. I change capacitors if there's a fault, or if I do a job for a customer, they want the capacitors changing, then I'll do the capacitors. But as this is mine, I'm not going to do them. And I think that pretty much everything, yeah, so far. I mean, it's looking encouraging. Anyway, folks, I'm going to leave it there for now. I'll get this video uploaded, and thanks for watching. But remember, there could be another part to this. If that distortion comes back, I will look into that, because I don't understand why that distortion was there. It could have even been, I don't think it was the track, but it could have been, but I don't think it was. But I will check. I did turn it off and turn it back on. And just before I go, it's been on long enough now. It's been on a lot longer. That's cooled down now because there's nothing going through it. Let's turn it back on again and see if we've got the distortion there again. Just out of curiosity, let's just hang on. Is that it? Auxiliary. No. That's low level. Loudness. Treble. Bass. Bass for low. Some sort of, don't know what that does. Can't read it, I've got my glasses on. Mono stereo. Right. I hope that doesn't pick up on fucking YouTube. I played a couple of more seconds of that than I wanted to. Never mind, if it fucking does, it does. Right folks, thanks for watching, and more to come later.